What does success mean to you? And when do you feel genuinely fulfilled? In many societies, we're often told that success means having power, wealth, and recognition. We spend our lives chasing these ideals, yet they often leave us feeling empty, restless, or even dissatisfied. It's like we're running a race with no finish line in sight. In the midst of this never-ending pursuit, we come across the ancient wisdom of the Tao, presenting a radically different perspective on what it means to be successful and fulfilled. It calls us to shift our focus from the ego-driven race for possessions and achievements to a life centered on selfless giving, service, and harmony with the eternal flow of life. Could there be a more meaningful way to measure success and fulfillment? The Tao might have some insights. As we delve deeper into this wisdom, we may find ourselves redefining what it really means to live a successful and fulfilling life. The Tao, an ancient philosophy, offers a different understanding of success and fulfillment. This philosophy, originating from the eons-old wisdom of the East, nudges us to reconsider our conventional definitions of success. Imagine a river flowing ceaselessly, nurturing everything in its path, asking nothing in return. This is the Tao, the very essence of selfless giving. The sage, a wise person, understands this deep principle. He takes a step back from the ego, the I, the me, and the mine. Instead, he positions others at the forefront, serving without any expectation. This approach, counterintuitive as it may seem, is a magnet for genuine fulfillment and enduring success. The Tao's teachings go beyond the superficial. It's not about discarding your desires or ambitions. It's about redefining them, reshaping them. It's about aligning your aspirations with something more substantial, more meaningful than mere material gains. It's about shifting your focus from the self to the collective, from acquiring to giving. Now, picture a tree. It stands tall, offering shade and fruits to anyone who comes under its reach. It doesn't distinguish, it doesn't deny, it simply gives. This is the Tao-centered life. It's about prioritizing the needs of others. It's about enriching lives through generosity and service. It brings a sense of inner peace and satisfaction that no amount of money, power, or recognition can ever provide. The Tao encourages us to listen, to observe, to understand. It urges us to witness life's offerings rather than being lost in the constant pursuit of desires. When the ego tempts you to dwell on personal successes or failures, the Tao advises a shift in attention. It suggests looking towards those who are less fortunate, fostering a connection that transcends the boundaries of the self. Living by the Tao requires a shift in focus from self to others, from acquiring to giving. It's about recognizing the ceaseless generosity of the Tao in the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the life we live. It's about appreciating these gifts, halting the chase, and becoming a witness. By choosing to live a Tao-centered life, we choose fulfillment in its most profound sense. Our ego, however, often stands in the way of this shift. The ego, that part of us which seeks definition in comparison to others, thrives on differentiation. It's a relentless taskmaster, constantly striving for more money, more power, more recognition. It's like a hamster on a wheel, running endlessly, but never truly getting anywhere. This perpetual pursuit is a product of the ego's insatiable appetite. It's always hungry, always seeking, always wanting. It's driven by a fear of lack, a fear of not being enough. But this constant striving, this unending chase, it leaves us feeling empty, incomplete. It's like trying to fill a bottomless pit. No matter how much we pour in, it's never enough. The ego's thirst is unquenchable. The ego also has a tendency to attach itself to our accomplishments. It defines us by our successes and failures. It takes credit for our victories and shirks responsibility for our defeats. It's an expert at playing the blame game, always pointing fingers, never looking inward. But here's the thing, this constant quest for more, this unending pursuit, it's not the path to true fulfillment. It's a mirage, a grand illusion. It promises happiness but delivers discontent. It promises satisfaction but delivers emptiness. It promises fulfillment but delivers a void. The ego is a master of deception. It convinces us that we need more, that we're not enough as we are. It tricks us into believing that our worth is tied to our possessions, our achievements, our status. But these are fleeting, transient. They're not the source of true fulfillment. But by choosing to live a Tao-centered life, we can find inner peace and satisfaction. By shifting our focus from the ego's incessant demands to the Tao's enduring wisdom, we can find lasting fulfillment. By choosing to live from a place of service, of giving, of compassion, we align ourselves with the rhythm of the Tao. And in doing so, we find that the true measure of success is not in what we accumulate, but in what we give. It's not in our possessions, but in our contributions. It's not in our achievements, but in our service to others. This is the path to true fulfillment, the path of the Tao. So how do we navigate this path to fulfillment according to the Tao? The Tao encourages us to live not merely for ourselves, but for the greater good. To align with the Tao is to embody its essence of selfless giving. This is not about grand gestures or impressive acts of charity, but rather it's about everyday kindness, thoughtfulness, and generosity. Think about the last time you did something nice for someone else. Maybe you helped a neighbor with their groceries, or you simply offered a comforting word to a friend in need. Remember how that made you feel? There was a sense of warmth, a sense of connection, a sense of satisfaction. That's the Tao at work. Service and generosity are not just noble virtues. They are the path to alignment with the Tao. They help us transcend our individual egos and connect with the world around us. They open our hearts to the needs of others and foster a sense of unity and shared humanity. When we serve others, we are not doing it for recognition or reward. We are doing it because it is the right thing to do. We are doing it because we understand that we are all interconnected, that we are all part of the same cosmic fabric. When we give generously, we are not doing it to deplete ourselves. We are doing it to enrich our lives and the lives of others. We are doing it to reflect the ceaseless generosity of the Tao, which gives us the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the beauty that surrounds us. Focusing on the needs of others takes us out of our own heads and opens us up to the world around us. It fosters connection, empathy, and mutual respect. It satisfies our deep need for purpose and meaning, making us feel fulfilled and content. So, the path to fulfillment, according to the Tao, is not about acquiring more possessions or achieving more success. It's about living from a place of service and generosity. It's about putting the needs of others before our own and finding satisfaction in their happiness and well-being. By putting others before ourselves, we align with the Tao and open ourselves up to a more fulfilling life. It all sounds profound, but how can we embrace the Tao in our daily lives? Well, the answer is simpler than you might think. Think of each day as a blank canvas ready to be painted with acts of kindness, moments of gratitude, and opportunities to serve. When you wake up in the morning, instead of rushing to check your phone for messages or updates, take a few moments to breathe deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs and then slowly leave your body. This air, freely given, is a gift from the Tao. It's a reminder of the ceaseless generosity that surrounds us, if only we take the time to notice. Now, as you go about your day, try to shift your attention from personal successes or failures to the less fortunate. Perhaps you see a homeless person on your way to work. Instead of ignoring them, why not buy them a cup of coffee or a warm meal? Even a kind word or a smile can make a big difference. In the office, instead of competing with your colleagues, think about how you can help them succeed. Share your knowledge freely, offer support when they're struggling, and celebrate their achievements as if they were your own. This isn't about being a doormat. It's about recognizing that we are all interconnected, and when we help others, we are also helping ourselves. At home, instead of focusing on what you don't have, appreciate what you do have. The roof over your head, the food on your table, the love of your family. These are all gifts from the Tao. Instead of constantly striving for more, take time to appreciate these simple blessings. And finally, as you lie in bed at the end of the day, instead of replaying the day's events or worrying about tomorrow, breathe deeply again. Feel the air fill your lungs and then slowly leave your body. Remember the gifts you received and the kindness you shared. By diffusing the demands of the ego and becoming a witness to life's offerings, we can experience greater fulfillment. The Tao likens the supreme good to water, which nourishes without striving. This is an analogy that carries profound wisdom. Water, in its gentle, flowing nature, sustains life without any effort or demand for recognition. It simply exists, serving its purpose, and in doing so, it embodies the essence of the Tao. Like water, we are encouraged to live in harmony with nature, to be grounded in our existence. It's about embracing the simplicity and tranquility of being part of the universe, rather than striving for dominance over it. And just as water is kind in its nourishment, we are called to practice kindness in our interactions, to keep our word, to govern fairly. Choosing the right moments, like water that knows when to flow and when to stay still, is about discerning the rhythms of life. It's about aligning with the natural course of things. Living in accordance with the Tao means moving in harmony with the present moment, always knowing what to do. This, according to the Tao, is the true meaning of success and fulfillment.